You've been told you're young, be curious, explore. Any experience is better than none.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
It's a trap!
Being young doesn't mean you can afford not knowing what you want. In fact, this mindless exploring is what's going to lead people to be in a $15,000 degree and a 40 hours a week job that has nothing to do with you. If you want to cut through the noise and find out what alignment is and what a fulfilled career looks like for you, stay around because I will share with you an 8-step framework that took me from law student to a manager at one of the biggest sports company in the world. So let's find your why. Hi, I'm Cindy. If you're new here, I've studied at 4 different universities, graduated from Imperial College, and now I work as a manager at Adidas. I know what it is to feel lost, not knowing what path to take, what degree to choose. And this is exactly why I make these videos, because I want to make sure to give you all the information that I lacked at the beginning of my career, so you make sure that you don't make the same expensive mistakes that I made. All right, let's get into the video. Before we go into finding your why, it's important to know the cost of not knowing your why. Most likely now you're overwhelmed by the choices you have. You don't know what degree to study, you don't know what internship to go for, and you don't know what your career should even look like. The truth is that without knowing your why, you're gonna be stuck in the decision fatigue, and you're constantly gonna doubt what decision is the right one for you. And the truth is that that's not even the worst scenario. And this is not because I'm a pessimist, but rather because I see it all the time. When you don't know your why, you end up being in a career and in a degree that you end up hating it. And most of the time it's simply because you took the easy path. You went for the first university that approached you when you graduated. You took the first internship because that was the easy thing to do without a plan of how will that really help your long-term career. It's not because you were lazy to do something with your life. It's because most likely you took the easy path. Before we go into the framework, I want you to have in mind 3 things. First, your why is born from your current reality. Your why is going to evolve as you're going to evolve. Number 2, it evolves with time. The moment that a goal was fulfilled, most likely your why will need to evolve. Action creates clarity. You need to have something in mind and you have to have a purpose, but you need to put action, because the more you do that thing, the more clearly your why will become. All right, let's go into it. I suggest you to grab pen and paper or just use any notebook app you have on the computer. Okay, so the number 1 stage of the framework is notice what pulls you. Here, I want you to pay attention what naturally pulls you. What videos did you save? What topics do you over-explain to your friends? What are the problems that you like solving? Curiosity will always leave clues behind. So now the second stage of your framework is track your energy, not the talent. And here I want you to ask yourself, every time you do an activity, did it energize me or did it drain me? Because the truth is that your why will be much closer to what gives you energy rather than the thing that you're naturally good at. There's many things in life that comes easy to you, but that doesn't mean that you like doing that. However, even if you're not good at something, but it gives you energy, you will have the motivation to get better at it. You're gonna put your heart on it. Now, the third part of the framework is follow the question, not the answer. Instead of asking yourself, what should I do in my life? What do I want to understand better? What frustrates me? What does it feel broken and unfair to me? Your why will most likely start with a question. And the fourth thing is look at patterns over time. Don't look for job titles, but look for themes. For example, you find out that you like puzzles versus I want to be an analyst, but there's a huge correlation between the two of them. Once you have a clue, don't overthink it, just go and try it. Try a low risk experiment. Let's say you're curious about something, try to volunteer in that, try to shadow someone in that. Maybe just take a 2 weeks course, or maybe just use YouTube to find out more about that thing before you commit to a 4-year degree. Now, number 6 is reflect. And this is, for me, one of the most important one, because here is the difference between mindless exploring and intentional exploring. After anything that you try new, stop and reflect. Ask yourself, what about this activity has surprised me? What did I enjoy more than I expected? What did I dislike more than I expected? What could I change if I would go back? Reflection turns curiosity into clarity. Now, this is my absolutely favorite one, which is called the cool factor. The thing is that you might think that this is a silly one. However, let me tell you that not once in my life have I taken a big decision without running that decision by the cool factor. And this basically is when you're thinking about something that you want to try or when you want to make your career in, does it feel cool? For me, for example, before I got into Imperial College, I was like, it would be so damn cool to study at that top level. Again, when I changed careers, I was like, oh my God, it would be so freaking cool to create a product that later you can see on TV. Like, how amazing is that? And the thing is, the importance of that is that there's going to be hard moments, that you're going to struggle. And without that excitement, you're not going to be able to overcome that. Now, we're reaching to our last one, which is the lights on effect. For a second, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that no one is watching you. Not your parents, not your friends. No one can make fun of you. And money is not an issue. What would you be doing? Most likely you know already. And I want to leave you with a personal note. In 2020, my dream was seen as crazy. The regional director told me that that reality is just for someone that has the network. My parents thought that I was absolutely crazy for quitting my stable job and changing careers, but I still went through it. It was 2 years of hustling, but I still managed to change it and make that into my new reality. So I do believe that so can you. After you find your why, which I have no doubt that you will do it after following the steps, you realize that your why is no longer aligned with your reality, don't be afraid of change. That can be change the internship that you are in, maybe change the degree, maybe change careers. It can be many things, but I will suggest to you to do it. Doesn't matter where you are in your life because it's never too late. Now to end, thing is that your life is full of pitfalls, even when you know your why. And that's why it's so important to know if that's going to be a good investment for you or not. And this is exactly why I made this video sharing my 14,000 mistakes, because everyone tells you that you can't go wrong if you invest in yourself. Go check it out and see how that can be potentially a mistake. I hope I'll see you there, and until next time, bye!